Did Jimmy Garoppolo lock up the starting job for the rest of the season, Jesse?
Man, this is that it's always it's going to be here all season, Grant, until if Lance takes over. I think a lot of people are under the impression that it's over, right? Like Lance is not starting.
Yeah.
I think most of us are under the impression that if they had lost to the Rams, chances are Lance would be starting against the Jaguars. I'm going to that game. I wish that was the case. I didn't want to lose, but I did want to see Lance against the Jaguars. That being said, I still feel like they're one game away. And it seems like we've been there now for 4 games, but they're one game away. If they lay an egg against the Jaguars, it's it. Like Jimmy comes out and looks really bad against the Jags. They lose that game. Trey Lance is probably starting the next game. So, no, it's not locked up. It's getting closer to being locked up. But to me, it's still technically one real bad game away against a bad team. You lay an egg, Trey Lance is probably taking over.
I guess I look at it a little differently. As long as I think he's healthy and in the hunt and playing decently, which he has been, they're not going to bench him. And even though they probably should, because going 9-8 or 10-7 and losing in the first round, again, it's like being an 8th seed in the NBA. Like, what did you accomplish? What is the point of this? Why is this setting you up for the future? That's what they're just going to do. But I think we're just taking for granted his durability. Like, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm not trying to predict these things, but come on. I mean, he got hurt week 4. Okay.
Yeah.
He missed just 1 game. And now he's been healthy for what? 4 games? Okay. So, I mean, I'm not going to say he's due. I'm not going to say he's due, but I mean, most likely he's going to get dinged up again and miss some time. And then Trey Lance will get another opportunity. And if he kills it, then that's that. Like, for example, because he didn't kill it against the Cardinals, although he wasn't really put in an opportunity in a position to kill it. But he didn't do the Colin Kaepernick thing where first start, boom, 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 we win 32-7 or whatever, and there's no question. Let's say, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, he got hurt against the Seahawks. The Seahawks are coming up in 3 weeks. I don't know. It just seems like it could happen quickly. It could happen. Yeah. It could happen anytime. So did he lock up the job for the rest of the season? Yeah, until he gets hurt.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Definitely don't wish injury on anybody though.
No, I'm not wishing injury on him at all. Is there anything else I want to say? No.
He's always proven not to be healthy. So why would I think otherwise? That's a good point.
Here's what I wanted to say. So Jimmy Garoppolo, 15 of 19 in this game, right? 15 of 19, 198 and 2 touchdowns. Is that what he had?
I think it was 189. Either 189, way.
Something like hell of a line. Really good line, all right? Jack Hammer pointed this out to me. He's a lot like Alex Smith in 2012 when he went 18 of 19 for about 230 and 3 touchdowns against Arizona in the desert. It was understated because it was only 19 throws, but it was the most efficient game of his career. It was great. And you're thinking, man, like, he's got this. Forget Colin Kaepernick, who they had been splitting time. Next week, what happened? Do you remember? The next week.
I don't.
The next week, they faced the Rams at home. And Alex Smith scrambled, I think, to his left and went down to slide, I believe, and just got hit in the helmet. And he got a concussion, and he couldn't come back that game. And Colin Kaepernick came in and played pretty well. Not great, but well enough. And something happened. Alex Smith didn't pass that concussion protocol exam the next week, and Colin Kaepernick started, and that was that. So
that was it.
Things happen in football. Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo's coming off a really nice performance against a team that he's beaten any number of times. See what happens next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, though, while we're on the Jimmy Garoppolo topic, I want to give him a little bit of credit. This last game, a lot of times people equate completion percentage with being accurate. That's not always the case. It was the case on Monday night. He was every bit as accurate as that stat line said. He was putting the ball where it needed to be. He was allowing his players to go out and make plays and run with it after the catch. He threaded the needle quite a few times throughout that game. That was one of Jimmy's actual better games that I've seen. So
it might have been his best. because of everything that was on the line, pretty much for the
Yeah.
team and for him. But the one throw that was his best that I thought was kind of a jaw dropper, 4th and 6 at the end. Now, it's easy to be confident when they haven't touched you all game and you're up like 21 or whatever. But, dude, it's 4th and 6. And if you slow it down, he's throwing a Debo over the middle, right? He throws the ball but when there's Debo's just making his break and there's 2 defenders and he throws it in front of – it's like, wow.
That's a good throw.
That's a really good throw. Again, easy to be confident in that situation. If you miss it, you still win, but that was damn good.
Nice. Yeah, it was a very good throw, yes.
Jesse, I'll be at the game also. You going to do anything there to be able to talk to some fans?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll be at the there's a takeover from what I understand at Dave and Buster's, a day and a night takeover. I'll be at both of those. So yeah.
They got D&B's out in Jacksonville?
I guess, yeah.
I'm not going, and it's not because I'm a snob or anything. I'm sure Jacksonville's nice. It's just that I don't sleep Sunday nights after games because I'm so revved up. Not that I'm a fan or anything. I don't sleep, and the flight back on Mondays is tough. And I can't. It's so hard. I've also I got to do business class. I got to pay extra because it's so hard to be like dying, like needing to sleep and having to sit like this. You know how they make you sit in couch right there. If you move back, or you can move back like this, like that much. Yeah, and then they get mad at that. So I'm gonna have to, but I don't want to do it. It's a long flight, and they're probably gonna win. And it's Jimmy Garoppolo, so I'm like, you know what? If it was Trey Lance, I'd go, but it's not. So I'm just gonna.
Can I tell you, Grant? I got so screwed on a flight. This was this summer. I was going to Shasta, so flying from Florida to California, basically. Yes. I had to sit back row, stuck between 2 people, and it's the back row to where it doesn't recline.
Yeah,
I'm 6'2", 230 pounds, Grant. Like, I am a big guy to be stuck in that position for 5.5 hours. That was terrible. That was the worst flight experience I've probably ever had. So I get it. Yes.
If the Niners make the playoffs and Kyle brings Lance in for a Super Bowl run, will he be a genius again? Yeah, absolutely. The genius
for sure he will. Yeah, sure.
Grant is a hardcore fan. Can't sleep before games. I can sleep before games. It's after games, and I get worked up not because the Niners played a game. It's because it's like my biggest day of the week. You know, it's my day to perform. Anyway,
do you before you come out of the tunnel? Do you have like a sign that you slap and get all?
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. Leave it all on the field.